Hello, my name is Valentina Benavides, and today I'm going to talk about what is a taboo and about the polygamy taboo. So, my core topic is global issues, and my subtopic is taboos versus what is socially acceptable. So, we're going to start by saying what is a taboo. A taboo is a prohibition against a particular activity, usually rooted in cultural or moral beliefs. Objects, people, and places may also be described as a taboo, meaning that they are forbidden or that specific rules surround them. So, the term taboo comes from the Tongan word taboo and it was introduced to English by Captain Cook, who took note of Polynesian traditions surrounding taboos, along with the world during his expeditions in this area. Many cultures have a story of some form of taboo, even if this word was not specifically used. Well, to start my entire explanation, I'm gonna talk about polygamy by countries. So, in Africa, polygamy existed all over the country as an aspect of culture or and religion. Plural marriages have been more common in the history of Africa. This is because the polygamy was part of empire building. It was only during the colonial era that the plural marriage was perceived as a taboo. So, polygamy is very common in West Africa. But the diffusion of Islam to this region has decreased the prevalence of polygamy in this region due to restrictions of number of wives. In the east of Asia, the Chinese culture of Confucianism and the practice of polygamy spread from China to Japan. Before their modernizations, East Asian countries permitted similar practices of polygamy, but most Malaysians and Indonesians Jodo opposed polygamy. So, in the part of the South Asia, polygyny is permitted by just under the Islamic law. It is present amongst some Muslims in South Asia. It is permitted that the polygyny is practiced. As we said before, polygyny is like the relationship between a man with two or more women. And in India, the polygamy is illegal because of their religions and because of their marriage act. So, in this region, polygamy is generally quite rare in urban areas and among the cosmopolitan middle classes. In the part of Thailand, among the royalty and courtiers in the past, wives were classified as principal, secondary, and slave. Today, the tradition of minor wives still remains, but the practice is different from the one of the past. In the Nazi Germany, there was an effort to introduce new legislation concerning plural marriage. The argument ran that after the war, 3 to 4 million women would have to remain unmarried due to the great number of soldiers fallen in battle. So, as we can see, there are a lot of countries that may accept the polygamy, but there are others that consider it like a taboo or something very strange or dangerous in some cases. Well, so now that I finished the explanation about polygamy in the other countries, I'm going to explain my position about it. So, I believe that polygamy is something very normal, though I will never practice. Since there are different points of view in the world, we will have to accept it in the society we live today. We have to be open-minded about it. Every decision that the people make about their lives. So I think it because there are a lot of religions that polygamy is considered as something good and normal. But there are others that is considered like the worst thing in the world. But we have to respect every decision, as I said before. So we have to be tolerant about every person. So even though I'm agree with the polygamy, I think it's an action of responsibility because it can provide for each of his or her family economically wise and authority wise because you will end up creating a family. So I think that people can make whatever they want to, but with some kind of responsibility and some kind of order in their lives.